So real quick, I just wanted to get some thoughts down on this game. Um, so the main thing upon retrospect is like just looking at our comps. We don't have super great ways to punish the variant or ATC, which is like annoying, but also Ana is probably just not the play here. I think if we had replaced literally any of us with Nick on Taronde, like it would have been an easier match just because the cleanse, the stun, and more importantly, like the owl for extra vision. It just would have helped a ton, and it would have been a little bit extra damage, which let's be real, we had a problem with this game. The other main reason is because Ana is better for more sustained fights, and like if you look at our comp and you look at what they drafted, they're just gonna blow our heroes up before they really get into longer fights unless someone screws up. And so you don't really get the max you can have on a, although anti-heal grenade versus like ancestral is nice. But yeah, I mean, just not a lot. The other main thing is like, again, we could have just drafted another sustained hero because like they do have a Tychus, they do have a variant with that could be Twin Blades, or in this case was Colossus Smash, and it's just like our heroes are all pretty soft to that. Even mine, it like makes it very hard for me to go in or even peel for you guys because I can get ripped apart by this Tychus if you aren't careful, and that's ends up being a big problem. It's just like any hero that could survive a little longer because like all these heroes just die like immediately if they get jumped on. It's really awkward for us.
Five, four,
Um,
two, one.
Otherwise, the main thing about their team is like, if they don't get the engages they want, this team doesn't really do anything. Like, if the ETC gets blown up when he comes in, or, misses, then their team doesn't really have a good secondary engage. So the whole thing is, yeah, it starts early where they try and gank Hogan down here on Rag, and it's just like going to be a repeated theme throughout the match. And so, like, here's the whole thing is, like, so for reference, like, here's our vision. Just, like, I have no problems if we wanted me more in this area. That's fine. But, like, you have to let me know. Because 99% of the time when we play Tomb, we play from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. And down here is, like, it's just we assume this one player is going to stay safe and, like, stay alive. Like, that's basically what we always end up doing. So I just don't look here a lot. And so that's all. The other thing is we have a Junkrat. So, like, yeah, look where Marine put our trap. That's great. We could also put the trap, like, right in here or here especially if we want to, like, cut this choke off. That's all fine. So this is when they catch Hogan out first. And I mean, the whole thing is, like, there's nothing really anyone can do except if Hogan reacts instantly. Because, let's go back a little bit. Here we go. So, like, this is our vision. We see those two, we don't know where the other ones are. If we look at everybody, we see Bush, we see two on Heart, two on Siege. So again, like, so Hogan attacks, he E's, Camp gets taken, Camp triggers. So at this point, the only way he's going to live is if he goes here immediately or goes up and calls, and I can head down and meet him, like, here. Because I can E from, like, here and make it. But he goes in, and he chases the Varian, and literally 3 seconds, they walk up and they jump on him. And then it's too late. No one's in range. No one's going to get to him in time. Like, the only way this doesn't happen is if either I'm camping this area or Hogan turns around and leaves as soon as he sees the camp go off. Like, just, or at least stays safe on this end. Yeah, there's just absolutely nothing you can do. Once he was still here, and they showed, that's it. That was game, so. And honestly, I don't even think we should have had Hogan down here if they were going to keep trying to gank him. Because we could just rotate Marina down here on Junkrat, and she's much harder to kill. One, she has better vision control because she can lay trap or mine here, or both even. Like, she can also just Q these randomly, or Q the bush randomly, and it's like very hard for anyone to sneak up on her. And if they do, if they don't chain stun her, she can mine jump out. Like, it's so much harder for them to gank Marina. So if they're going to constantly try and gank this lane, then let's just have Marina down there. Like, it just makes a lot more sense instead of her just doing shit up here, where they really just kind of ignore her half the time. The other main thing is, like, this... So this is when I start hanging out more. Bot. Here, we can go back a sec. And again, it's kind of the same thing. Like, we don't have vision on everyone, and then they come and try and gank Hogan again. And it's like, this is like constant. And I don't know why we're so pushed into lane here, if that's going to keep happening. It just seems like we're repeating the same error. And part of this is my fault, because, like, I know they're going to keep looking, so I should be more in this range at this point. But I don't want to leave you guys too far alone up here, because, again, they didn't show at first. And so, yeah, it goes back to we didn't have great vision control. And, yeah, because of how their comp's designed, I'm, like, the only one that can kind of safely give vision control. But even then, it's not super safe for me. You'll see when I get caught once or twice, I lose like 70-80% of my health just to escape. And they don't have to burn anything on it. So this is when, Nate, you face check the bush. And it's like, I think this is where me and E-Bag save you. Because E-Bag's on point with the heals, and then I get the E and the Q. Yeah, I get the 4-man E into the Q, and we just managed to salvage that. But yeah, it's like, again, why the fuck? We know they're gonna be hiding in this bush, and over here, like, they just do that constantly, and it's just like... Like, I think the main thing is just, even when they've shown a lot of propensity, not prosperity, to, like, gank the shit out of us, we're still just playing way up in lane. It doesn't even matter. Like, they don't even care if they go up here and kill us. Like, I don't even give a shit if we, like, AFK'd at, like, gate at this point. Like... Yeah, see, they catch me, I get out, I lose a lot of life, but whatever. And that's the thing, it's just, it goes back to the whole, we don't have a comp that's really sustainable. So, like, even this is potentially dangerous for me. Just less dangerous for me than any of you. I don't get a kill on ETC because, of course, we didn't. Like, we just didn't kill anyone in this game. I think we got one on Odin, and that was, like, it. So she backs up, Nate goes in, gets some damage, I go in, he goes back, doubles back, I get the E. Nate's over here, he didn't immediately come up because he got slid through, so I mean, that's just... Yeah, we just don't have the damage to, like, kill this guy. Like, what do you have up? Yeah, all we have left is Q, because the W misses. Yeah, so, nah. Literally, we have 4 of us up there, and we still can't, like, gank an ETC pre-10, and it's, like, miserable. Like, So, like, they get turn in. We have general vision up here because we had just checked. You can see we still have some vision. Only one showing. ETC shows, but again, 3 are missing. You step out, and they come and gank you again. Yeah. And this is why I say it's like, we should recognize this pattern and just, again, move Marina down here. And then, because like if the trap's here, literally none of these ganks happen. Like everything besides bot camp keep, like none of these can happen as long as she has mine or trap here. And yeah, even just throwing Q every once in a while in like this bush and in this corridor is like really helpful. And I mean, also because like I'm up here, again, I could be down here. And this actually is really bad for us because he gets ganked right after the web weavers. And it's just like, fuck. So we don't have Molten Core. Because if we have Molten Core, we probably save everything instead of what does happen. Like, it's very unfortunate. I didn't even see what happened here. I don't even know. Oh, they mosh and get you. Yeah. That's unfortunate. And the Ancestral saves him. Shit. Yeah, that's just... it's just well executed. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I just feel like... And again, it's like... We just never changed our playstyle up once we realized how aggressive they were being. It sucks. It's like, okay, we're here. Nate's in the middle. I get jumped out, I lose so much life. I fuck up. I threw Cocoon on the wrong target, honestly. That's my bad. I just totally fucked that up. But I mean, we managed to get out. It's just awful. Like, I don't know what we could have done differently in this engage. Outside of, like, hit more skill shots. Maybe I don't go in that way. I mean, that's probably my... Yeah, no, that was just dumb on my part. I shouldn't have done that. I lost so much life going that route.
Gather their gems. Bring them to me. Do this.
Then we just generally like fighting back and forth for a while. Like we are so split, dear God. So like we're here and yeah, we don't have vision. But I mean, I have a pretty good idea they're like over here. And I mean, ETC shows. And so I'm like, okay, we can maybe get Rise. Because I see Nate right there. And I'm like, okay, we can go in on him. And then when I miss the burrow, I'm like, okay, well, maybe we can Cocoon and we can all collapse, like, or fight in this general area before Web Weavers. But that's just a mistake. Because, like, look at where they are. Like, they're going to chase you off. I don't know what you're doing over here exactly. Like, you're just kind of standing there? You're the only one that can, like, safely attack them or poke them? But I guess you're out of queue, so... But it's just, like, the entire fight happens and you're, like, nowhere to be found. It's, like... So, shit goes down. Varian, we managed to get to almost nothing. He lives. Because, again, we just didn't have enough damage. I didn't realize this was, like, a 4v5. This is... The ult kills him. Do I have... What do I have up? Maybe I save Q, but otherwise, yeah, I just didn't have anything. I couldn't go in on the actual backline here. Nate chases, like, I feel like this is when we should have called a target. Like, the other thing is just in these fights, it feels like we didn't call targets. Because even the beefier guys, we got them down low, but just there was never a follow-up or a finish. Like, that's what I mean. Like, if we had you here, maybe, like, come back immediately just to, like, auto or Q a bit, maybe we get multiple kills. I don't know. It's hard to say, honestly. Like... Alright, this is when you get... Yeah, Nate gets chased down. Like, that was really, really shit. So, like, we clear mid, we leave. Nate... Yeah, Nate's caught. And I don't realize that. This is my own fucking mistake. I'm just not paying attention. I'm a little surprised you didn't, like, immediately pop Windfury, though, to try and, like, run. Yeah, there you go. It's like... Get caught with the max. And then they use Mosh, yeah. And then you just die.
Okay, just run back to your corpse and... Oh my gosh, it's gone! I guess you'll have to wait!
So the big thing here is, like... We see him on vision. It's like... This is no longer safe. I mean, they just killed Nate here. They obviously will go in, and then we know they're coming in this case. And then there you go. And yeah, just I ping and it's stupid. It's like one of those pings where you're telling somebody to retreat and they're already at half-life and they've used their escape and they're just like, well, I can't do anything else. And it's the same thing here. I'm like, there's ETC. Let me ping him for you. And he's already sliding. I'm like, yeah, I catch it like a half second too late. Because I'm meant to, like, I'm trying to ping the fog. And I'm just like, yeah, he's already there. And he gets caught, and he dies. And this is just like, yeah. And I mean, the whole game was just kind of like this, where it's just jumbled. Like, what was it? Yeah, it's like, just a mess.
It is over. Red team has destroyed a fort.
I mean, and the main thing this taught me is, like, other than trying to, like, control vision here a little more, is just, like, I really need to call out my cocoons, because I almost don't even care about the rest. I just want to get to the boss fight here, because that was just a complete embarrassment what happens up here.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
That was a fight I also thought. It was like, that was the one when KT had like 10%. I was just like, wanted to like give up and quit at that point because I was just like, oh my god, we're just never gonna get a kill on them. That was me feeding, I'm pretty sure, if I remember that correctly. We go to boss. We rip boss. That's the whole thing, too. Is like, it wasn't even a damage issue. Like, if you look at our damage numbers, they're pretty similar. It's just their damage all went one or two places. They were really good at focusing down, which is why I, like, very rarely tried to go in on their backline, because they would have just killed me. Like, that is one thing I'll give them complete credit for. They were really good at focusing and following up on one another, and we did not. I missed it in the replay, but there's one, we cocooned ETC right here, and we literally could have just called out stuns and sleep. And we could have stunned him probably at least 3 times, maybe 4 times in a row. And there's just no way, if we like do the minimum amount of communication, this ETC lives. It doesn't matter if all our cooldowns are off or not. Like, all we have to do is literally stand around, auto him, like IQ, auto, sleep, auto, like, leave up E if he tries to run. Like, we had Wolf still. We, like, Wolf him. That's 3 right there. And then we can even have the E if he tries to slide away. Like, there's just no way. And we fuck it up. Because 2 of our stuns overlap. Okay, so this is the one I don't actually want to show, but I will for posterity. So I'm hanging in bush. I see him coming. I call. I get booped. And this is where it's terrible. Like, I'm thinking, like, okay, well, I'm just going to stop the ETC so he can't, like, slide mosh or anything. And what I don't realize is Hogan just threw Smash. Because I'm just thinking of his E, he E'd that. And I don't realize the other blue circle just doesn't even, it never even crosses my mind. I'm just like, okay, that Cocoon, like, literally, like, 0.1 second, 0.2 seconds before. And I'm, like, such an ass. And so, and that's the trash. I missed the Q. I don't know what else. And then after that, it's like the usual. Like, we take it, but now Rag's up here. I'm at half-life already. And they just collapse. And we just don't get anything out of this comp in, like, straightforward fights. They're just too tanky for us. Like, Marina was barely in the fight, and she's at half-life. And she's just hanging out in the back shooting Qs in. The funny thing is we almost turn it. I think if we get the Rhaegar there, we're okay, but there's just no way we can get the Rhaegar. That was it. I just wanted to show that one off. So yeah, I think a lot of this, like, I don't think they, like, dominated us or anything. I think the fights themselves were pretty close. I think we just hamstring ourselves with the kind of comp we chose. I think it goes back to, like, while it's good, we have a large variety of, like, comfort picks. The problem is sometimes those don't mesh well because we just don't talk about it enough. Like, Anub'arak, after game one, Anub'arak probably wasn't the play. Just like Ana probably wasn't the play, but we're like, okay, these heroes are just really good in general. We'll just run them and make them work. And they just didn't. And, like, just having a tankier frontliner, like, I would have, honestly, after, like, watching this replay twice, I'd rather have just been on Arthas. Even though, again, like, Tychus shreds me, Colossus Smash, like, undoes my armor. It doesn't even matter. I just would have preferred to be on Arthas, like, for the extra slows and stuns, and, like, because I got so little out of Burrow Charge a lot of these times, it's like, having the extra escape and giving up all that extra life didn't even feel worth it. And the other thing is, at least they have to put more effort into killing me on a tankier, well, tank. Whereas Anub'arak, it was literally like, okay, it's like 2-3 seconds and I'm already a half-life or less. And then I could just peel for you guys a lot better. I can do more in the fight. That's the other thing. And I think the same thing if we have, like, another, like, heavy-duty bruiser, like if we had a Leoric or a Blaze. I know Ebag said he could play Blaze. Like, I also feel bad for Ebag. I don't think he got a lot out of his Ana, and I don't think he played bad. I just don't think he got a lot out of it. And Hanzo would have been really nice to have this game. Like, but yeah, just some general thoughts. Again, this isn't meant to, like, criticize people. It's just some general feedback on, like, what I saw. I definitely don't think I played very well. And I definitely think there could have been improvements, like, all around. So, and credit to these guys. They had a good plan, and they constantly got kills and controlled vision much better than basically any other team we played in the entire season. So, yeah. We have a week. So, you know, I would recommend looking at these games again, just for general improvement. I find them really helpful. Like, while it sucks we lost, at least we lost in a way we can, like, actually learn some things from this. All right, that's it.